What's up troopers, my name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're talking about the top 5 best weapons in XDefiant after its season 1 update, so I'm going to give you guys the juicy setup for these weapons. Before we get into the video, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, would really appreciate it, and of course leave a like, thank you very much. I want you guys at least let me know your top 3 weapons, unless you want to tell me your top 5, but I think top 3 would be really easy for you guys. So what is your top 3 weapons you like using the most in this game? I needed to mention this before we actually start the video. I know that lately there's been some issues when it comes to the PlayStation 5 side. Ever since season 1 came out, there's been a really low performance and it's a lot of lag and stuttering on the PlayStation side. If you have been experiencing this, apparently it's something issues when it comes to its ticket rate and they are currently working on it. But if you have the chance to play it on a different device, like maybe on PC, then please give it a go. They said they're currently investigating over this situation. So if you're on the PlayStation side and you've been going through some lagging issue, then that's what it is. But hopefully it should be fixed. And honestly, if you are watching this video and you're on the PlayStation and you didn't notice anything, then it was probably already fixed. Okay, here we are. My first weapon is the AK-47. This is actually my go-to weapon. Like, it really is. I use this gun all the time. The setup I'm really going for this one is way more faster movement speed, but also keeping accuracy. So when it comes to my barrel, I'm using the lightweight. I'm using this grip here. We're using the quick mag. Then we're using the lightweight grip, better recoil recovery. And then I'm using the lightweight stock. And that is the full setup for the AK-47. You guys are going to really love this. Really fast when it comes to the movement, but as I said before, very consistent when it comes to accuracy. You might think it's odd because I'm not using a sight, but having an AK iron sight works out really well. You guys will love this, my most used weapon in the game so far. Speaking of weapons what are good with iron sight, this is the P90. What an awesome weapon to be using for an iron sight, it really is. Like, it doesn't even have too much like kick either. And the loadout I'm using for this weapon is the barrel on the lightweight. Using this grip here helps you out with your ADS speed. Using the quick mag for the reloading. This weapon has a lot of bullets anyway, so just the faster reload is what you need. I'm using a leather grip. This is going to actually increase your ADS speed by moving by 10%. And then I'm using the paddle for my stock. So that's the full setup for the P90. Really fast-paced weapon. Because it has a lot of bullets, you're going to stay so consistent in the amount of kills you can get. I think everyone knows going to be talking about this. This is the ACR. Everyone has at least used this gun, surely. This weapon right here, this is just like the killer machine because it doesn't just stay accurate, it also deals a lot of damage. So the best way to use this for me is increasing the movement speed. So I'm going to be using the light barrel. Then I'm going to be using this grip here for the better ADS speed and the movement speed. I'm going to be using a reflex dot sight, the leather wrap for the 10% ADS speed increase. And then I'm going to be using the lightweight stock. This is increased by the ADS speed by walking by 20% and the 2.5 increase of movement speed. And that's the full setup for the ACR. I think you guys are going to like this one. What's so good about this setup is the fact that it really is very consistent of its accuracy, but it's very fast in movement speed. An SMG what you don't really hear that much of, but I love really using it, and that is the Vector. What makes the Vector so tricky is it doesn't deal a lot of damage at range, but when it comes to close quarter combat, it works out really well. So when it comes to really smaller maps when you play this game, just make sure to use the Vector. Definitely one of the fastest TDKs when it comes to close range. The lightweight for your barrel, because you're going to work on your movement speed for this gun. Increase the movement speed with this grip, use your reflex sight, and I'm using the extended magazine as it's very important. You don't get a lot with the Vector at the start, and then using the lightweight stock. I'm telling you troopers, for close range, you guys are going to love this weapon. And here we are for the final weapon, the MP7. As I was telling you about the Vector was really good at close range, and so is this weapon. But what makes this weapon even more impressive is the fact that it can also perform at medium range. You can stay really consistent when it comes to them ranges. It's just very overwhelming when it comes to its rate of fire. But after a while, when you work with it, you're going to be absolutely fine. As this weapon is already pretty consistent of its accuracy, I'm working more on its movement speed. So a 5% increase of movement speed on the stock. I'm using this grip right here so I can get better recoil recovery. The lightweight magazine, the reflex sight, and I'm using this grip right here for the 10% ADS speed and the 2.5 movement speed. And there we go troopers, that is the full setup for the MP7. And that is every single weapon of my personal top 5. Honestly, these weapons work out really well and you guys are going to have a blast blast with them. But as I said, troopers, earlier in the video, you guys need to let me know your top 5 or even top 3 best weapons in the game. These weapons what I've been using for the correct loadout haven't disappointed me at all, because I focus not just on the movement speed but also focusing on accuracy, more of meeting in the middle, because in this game you can pick and choose which side you would like to use. But I just kind of went for the middle so you can flow around the map way more, but also having more of a fluent battles. Anyway, troopers, thank you very much for listening to me talk. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, be a part of the Pink Wig Army, and I'll see you on the battlefield.